I was a skinny kid growing up, very, very skinny. I played soccer and basketball growing up, both aerobically demanding sports. That's all I ever did, basically, from the ages of, what was it, 7, 8 years old to about 20 years old. I played soccer and basketball pretty much every single day. When I started playing basketball, I got really serious with it. Started having, organized training sessions with the clubs and all sorts of stuff, right? So it was always go, go, go aerobically. Never could put any muscle on. I wanted to on many occasions and never really had the knowledge on how to put the muscle on, how to do it. And then, you start hearing things here and there. You gotta force feed yourself, and I tried doing that. That didn't work. And I remember one of the earliest memories that I have kind of stepping into that whole bodybuilding world and trying to put on some size on my frame. It was predominantly to kind of get better at basketball because I was like a feather, man. I was quick on my feet and whatnot, but I couldn't really hold my position. It's just, eventually you have to develop some muscle to be competitive, otherwise you get pushed around and it's not a good thing. And so I remember this day like it was yesterday. I walked into this supplement store. I know the store exactly where it was, and I remember the guy, this big tatted up dude behind the counter. I said to him, I didn't even pretend I knew what I was looking at. I went to the sub store, I went straight to the counter, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And he just basically said to me, you need to get on a kind of mass gainer, like a whey protein mass gainer. And so he said to me, man, what was exactly that he said to me? He said 3 shakes, I know that for a fact, 3 shakes a day. And I reckon he said 2 or 3 scoops per shake. He said you can mix it with water, or you can mix it with milk, probably milk better, because there's more calories in that as well, and you're going to kind of beef up. Man, that basically is the sole reason why I never touched another supplement ever again. So I started drinking this thing. I was around 19 or 20 years old when I finally kind of got on the supplements. I was still kind of playing basketball back in those days, and that was kind of my mentality. I just wanted to beef up a bit. 3 shakes a day, no worries, man. I can do that. So 1 week goes by. I start downing these things. The first thing I found was that I was becoming very, very lethargic, low on energy, couldn't eat any food, because these 3 shakes were just filling me up like nobody's business. It was just too dang, each shake was something like 500 or 600 mils of water or milk or whatever you mixed it with. It was so heavy. I did this for about 2 weeks, and it was one day that I was just feeling so crap. Went to the toilet. I was getting constipated on and off, my whole GI system was crazy. Went to the toilet this one time, and this is, I started nursing at this point, and so, I got a bit of knowledge behind me of what's going on with the body and these types of things. So my mind's kind of thinking about, the human anatomy, human physiology, all this sort of stuff. And so I went to this toilet one time. I did my business. I did a number 2. And I turned around and I had I did it, and it smelled off, right? The thing smelled off. So I turned around and had a look at it when I was finished. And basically, I've said the story to a few people in my life, and they're like, a lot of these people that I've kind of told this to, they're not training people or nursing people or medical people, and they just laugh at this. My shit was floating in the water. Shit's not supposed to float, man. Shit's supposed to sink down, right? Well, my shit was floating. And the color of my shit was white. White shit, and it's floating. Now, how the hell did I get that? Well, basically what I put into my system, which is this vanilla flavored crap, protein powder, whey, mess gainer, whatever the hell you want to call it, it went straight through my system, basically undigested. I went to the other side in basically these bowls, in these constipated balls, which were now floating in the damn toilet. Now, I look at that thing, and for some of you guys that are in medicine and, in nursing, about the Bristol stool chart. It's kind of like a classification of feces. This is really bad for some of you guys that don't know medical, I understand. But it basically tells you, your feces, your shit basically tells a lot about your health. So judging by the way your shit looks, you can see what your GI system is. Your GI system is paramount to your health, okay? If you have a bowel system, a GI system that's gone to hell and back, you're not going to have energy, you're not going to have mental clarity, you're not going to put on any muscle, you're not going to be a productive human being. You can break up in all these like skin conditions, you can get liver disease, you can get you name it disease. The GI system is massive. Now they're linking the state of your GI, there's like a link between the bowels and your brain. So I forget now, I read this quite a while ago. I think they were linking like intelligence and the GI health of somebody or something like that. And there's also like a link between cancers and metastases to the brain or something like that. There's a link there. It's a massive link, and this research is now like fresh and it's kind of like an exciting new area of research. So your gut is like extremely important for you as a human being, let alone as an athlete. My shit was floating. Okay, so I went to work one day and I took that bottle with me, the whole freaking tub that I freaking garbage, took it to work, and I took it to a doctor which I trusted at the time. Like he's moved on since, but I went to him and I said, man, can you tell me if this is healthy or not? Like I'm feeling like shit and my shit is floating. And I remember him laughing at me. This dude's like in his 60s, very experienced doctor. And he said to me, man, this is all rubbish. This is poor quality. This is a supplement. This is not supposed to be your primary diet. And I'm telling him, man, I do 3 scoops a day and I can't put anything else in my mouth. I'm off my food. Basically it was just clogging me up and it was just shit. So he said, get off of all of that, eat good food, focus on a balanced diet, and you're going to be in something like a week or 2. Basically, the day I stopped taking that crap in, I started feeling better and better and better. And I started feeling stronger in the gym and I was going running better and everything improved when I stopped taking that crap. And I bought really good quality mass gainer. Basically, it was like, I don't know, I can't remember the terminology, but it was like one of the better ones, okay? Destroyed me. Ever since then, I haven't taken a single damn thing, a single supplement. I don't want to hear it. Because what people don't understand is you strap on a massive turbo to your engine, you're going to have to upgrade the differential, you're going to have to upgrade the fuel system, you need another fuel pump, like you're pumping all this oxygen, air into the engine, you need also petrol, you need gas, you need fuel, right? So it's a mixture of fuel and air, and there's a specific ratio that you need. So you're strapping on a massive turbo won't do you much. You need like an external fuel pump if you're going to go to dinner size damn turbo. Then you need bigger tires, you need bigger this, control arms, it never ends. If you just take a whole bunch of protein into your diet and you don't touch anything else, it's not going to be good for you. The ratios are off. Now I'm talking in generalities here, but when you take steroids, you can't just take steroids on their own. There's also an estrogen blocker and a this blocker, and you need now this and this and this and this. It's a cascade of events, okay? So if you're gonna go level 1, performance enhancing, then you gotta better go level 1 across the board. Okay, otherwise there's going to be imbalances. And I felt those imbalances, okay? This is my biased opinion about the whole supplement industry. It is a piece of shit. They put a picture of Ronnie Coleman on that bottle and makes you think the 18, 19, 20-year-old Ivan and everyone alike, oh, that's the secret, man. He's behind that. He must be good. It's a business, okay? They're down these steroids and then they sell you this protein powder with this idea, subliminal idea that this is what you need. You don't. There's only a certain amount of protein you can absorb from your diet. Taking 4 kilos of meat and taking 4 kilos of protein powder is not going to make you any better. There's only so much the bowel can consume. And once you've consumed that amount of protein, you should put other stuff in that's going to benefit you, okay? Whole food is always going to be better. Natural food is always going to be better. These supplements are supplements. You don't need to supplement if you have an adequate diet. That's my position. I've been asked many, many times about what I take. I don't take anything, man. I drink plenty of water and I try to eat a balanced diet, and that is damn it. That is it. And that scarring that I had, mental scarring, that bad experience with that damn protein powder, that mass gainer, I'll never touch again. On the topic of gaining the mass, which I wanted to, this brings me back to this current idea. I've been getting a lot of comments about, Ivan, you're looking bigger. Ivan, you're looking muscular. Ivan, you're looking jacked. What's the difference? And I'm going to tell you what the difference is. And I wish I had somebody to tell me that when I was 20 years old. If you want to put on mass, you need to do more work, do more sets, do more volume. That volume is gonna make you hungrier, and then you're gonna wanna eat food. It's not the other way around. You don't force feed yourself while doing one set of 5 every third day. That's not gonna be good. You need to increase your expenditure, and your intake is gonna be there. Your body's gonna want to absorb. You need to understand that the body is like a reverse, like it's in a reverse concept to a machine. A machine, you put the petrol in, then you drive it an X amount of distance. With the body, you do the work, okay? And the type of work you do, your body's going to be asking for those types of replacements, those building blocks to replace, so we can get better at that particular work again. So if you smash yourself with 5x10 on squats at 75%, okay? That's person A. Person B played video games for 12 hours. The person that did more work is going to have a bigger requirement for energy, for protein, for fats, for water, for all that. The guy that sat on his ass is not going to have the requirements. If you are like me and have the skinny genes, okay, you can't force feed yourself. I'm talking about the skinny guys. We don't have appetite. Once you do a 5 sets of 10 at 75% squats, you're going to have an appetite, a raging appetite. And this is what's happening with me right now. Okay, I've increased my volume. I'm doing a shit ton of volume. I'm doing like 5x5s on the bench every other day. I'm doing 5x5 on squats. Sometimes I'm doing five sets of 10 on squats, various different percentages. I am putting a ton of work in, and my body's asking for the building blocks. I'm giving the body the building blocks. I'm not force feeding myself at all. I'm not snacking. I'm still having my 3 meals a day, not supplements, just normal damn food. And my body's just absorbing all this shit because I'm putting in the work. It's not in the other way around. You don't just go to the shop, ask, tatted up, big dude, what product should I take? Take this and force. No, man, I wasn't doing the work required. Do the required work. Your body's gonna be like a dry sponge waiting for you to eat. You're gonna get hungry. Okay. Now, I'm talking from a perspective of a skinny Ivan, skinny jeans Ivan, the guy that played aerobic sports since the age of freaking 8, 7 years old. Okay. If you've got the fat gene and you look at a cake and you put on 20 kilos, this might not apply to you. But my intuition is still start with exercise first, then diet. Okay, it's very, very hard to tell somebody, oh, it's all in the diet. What's in the diet, man? I can't eat 4 steaks when I've done nothing. Okay, I don't have the appetite. But when I go through 5 sets of 10 at 75% squats or 70% squats, I'm like a vacuum cleaner, man. I walk into the house, I just look at the wife and I'm like, I'm going to eat the fridge and I'm going to eat you and I'm going to eat the kids and then I'm going to go to sleep because I'm so hungry, right? And she cooks big for me, especially dinners. I'm like an afternoon eater more so than a morning big breakfast eater. That's my advice to you. If you're somebody that's sitting there and you're 17, 18 years old and you're skinny as hell, and like me, I always used to look at my elbow, that inside of the elbow bone that kind of sticks out like 5 meters. For me, I don't have that anymore because my triceps have kind of filled out a little bit and my forearms have filled out. But if you kind of put your palms up towards the sky and you look at the elbow, I always used to have this bone that used to stick out. It was like a prominent protrusion. That always told me I was a skinny guy. You could damn see the forearm bones in my forearm. Like that's how skinny I was. You just got to do more work. And not aerobic running work. Like I'm not talking about running 50 Ks. I'm talking about breaking the muscle down with heavy ass weight. It doesn't have to be super heavy. 70 to 85% range is the agreed kind of spot you want to be at. You put serious work weekly, your body's going to be on fire asking for those nutrients. That's my recommendation. If you're skinny, it's not a diet. It's you're not doing enough proper work. And sometimes we think we're doing enough proper work, but you don't really know what you're doing, okay? Because you don't have a scale to kind of go against, okay? You think you're working really, really hard. You should go train with somebody that works really hard and you're going to be like, okay, I'm a pussy. I've got to increase the workload. Get trashed in the gym and you're going to be a vacuum cleaner in the kitchen. Simple as that. One name to mention in this video, Abdullah Bismil. I appreciate you, man. You popped onto the Patreon list last night. You're joining many people now that are supporting me through Patreon, on top of many thousands of people that are supporting me through YouTube, through the comments. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. I hope these videos, mean something to you. I hope these videos help you in some sort of way. Really appreciate you, man. All right, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.